Helen Clark was the 37th Prime Minister of New Zealand, 1999 to 2008, and the second woman to hold that title. After her term in office, Clark served as the administrator of the United Nations Development Programme, 2009 to 2017. Born February 26, 1950. Birthplace, Hamilton, New Zealand. Age, 68 years old. Chinese zodiac, Tiger. Star sign, Pisces. Life of Helen Clark. November 27, 1999. New Zealand's Labour Party defeats the National-led government after 9 years in power. Helen Clark becomes the first elected female Prime Minister in New Zealand's history. November 8, 2008. John Key leads the National Party to victory in New Zealand's general election, defeating 9-year Prime Minister Helen Clark and her Labour-led coalition government. April 17, 2009. Former New Zealand Prime Minister Helen Clark becomes the administrator of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, the first woman to lead the organisation. Forged 6Q by Gog. Shipley may have been our first female PM, but Helen Clark was the first elected one. By 2008 she was our fifth longest-serving PM and the first Labour leader to win 3 consecutive elections. Clark came from a national-leaning rural family but developed her politics while studying and lecturing in political science at the University of Auckland. She won the Mount Albert seat in 1981. Clark served as a minister during Labour's second term from 1987 and became deputy PM 2 years later, but she also benefited from working smoothly with the party machinery. In 1996, 3 years after ousting Mike Moore, she pulled so badly that a coup was attempted, but she stayed, survived, succeeded. Labour won handsomely in 1999. Underpinned by her deputy, Michael Cullen, and Chief of Staff, Heather Simpson, Clark re-centred policy, softening but not overturning the fundamentals of Rogeromics, neoliberal economics. Labour made some trade union and civil rights reforms, dropped titular honours and established a new Supreme Court. Clark, who climbed mountains on holiday, softened her austere style and even modelled a costume in the Wearable Arts Awards. Clark, sometimes compared to Peter Fraser, shared his mastery of international relations and his belief that culture shapes national identity. As Minister of Arts, Culture and Heritage, she increased arts funding and raised the profile of our military heritage. Helped by a strong economy and a weak opposition, Labour was initially competent and disciplined. It crushed National in 2002, but the opposition recovered and ran the government close in 2005. Although Clark still rated highly, public impatience with some domestic policies, minor crises and natural voter attrition denied her a 4th term. She resigned as leader on election night 2008 and early in 2009 left for New York to head the United Nations Development Programme, a role she held until 2017. In 2016 she stood unsuccessfully for the position of Secretary General of the UN.